Okay, welcome to Freedom First Academy. This is Joe. Um, I'm sure I'll make this video a few times. I want to show something else, and I don't like being on camera for videos. I think it looks cheesy. Not that I'm shy, but I don't like the way it looks. But I just want to go over what we're doing at Freedom First. Basically, Mark and myself, we've known each other for about a year, which seems like longer than that, and we both have been very successful at drop shipping. It's not always fun, but it's always profitable. And it's kind of funny, him and I, I don't know how long, probably seems like the whole year, him and I have been slowly teaming up with people, whether usually they're friends or someone we already know they're struggling financially, and we kind of help them out on eBay. And it's funny because building our own business has been a lot of fun and successful. But it's interesting how when you team up with people who are like-minded, also want to make money and want to do the work, that we're actually making even more money than when we were working by ourselves. So we kind of came up, we first went to do Freedom First Academy to teach people. But to be honest, me and Mark, we've both been through a bunch of different programs. We've paid, I don't know about Mark, but I know I've personally paid over $2,500 in all the different programs over the last 3-4 years for drop shipping. And they're all worth it, in my opinion. Whether it was a $500 program or a $50 ebook, or whatever it was, it all added up, and it's all helped me make more money. But over the last 3 years of doing all that, and the same with Mark, is when him and I met, we're like, well, there's so many people I learn with at these academies or from these forums or ebooks or Skype chats or Facebook groups that just aren't making it work. Whether the videos aren't right for them, whether they're missing an idea. So we're like, we started building all kinds of websites. I have a buttload of training videos. But I'm like, that's kind of what everyone else is already doing. And some of these guys, they're great at training, and they go on and on. And I'm not saying we couldn't make better videos, but why try it if they still have the same dropout rate? Mark and I, we don't want we don't want 20% of the people we work with or that come to us. We don't want 20% to be successful. We want as close to 100% as possible. So doing training, doing videos, it just isn't making it happen. And I mean, there's going to be 24 companies out there now, probably more, that do training already for drop shipping. And more we find people, it just doesn't work for them. So what we've decided is we're just going to do like we've already done with our friends and family. And it's really, you should see the praise when you can help a family member who's about to be evicted or losing their home to the foreclosure, and all of a sudden in a couple months, not only am I making extra money, but now they're able to keep their house. I have 2 people like that. It's fun. And of course I did it to make a little money and also to help my family member or friend. And it's just been very rewarding, financially as well as emotionally and all that. So anyway, that's what me and Mark are doing now. We've decided to take Freedom First Academy and just make almost customized joint ventures. So what you're seeing here is basically how we have an agreement we kind of put together just to write it all out. That's basically what we're doing. We want to team up with people. Ideally, if you already have drop shipping experience and established eBay account, it's going to make everyone's life easier. So that's all we're really looking for right now. But you'll know how hard it is. The hardest things are finding the right items. Which ones sell? You don't want something that sells once a month. You want something that sells 1 to 5 times a day. Then you don't want something that makes $1 a listing. $1 per sale. You want something that makes, in my opinion, at least $10 per sale. And then when you use coupons and rebates, all the other tricks, that $10 sale needs to turn into about $20, maybe more. But that's about where we hit. Then, of course, you're going to have some rock star items in there. You might only sell 1 a day, but you make $80 every time it sells. And I know if you've been through any of the programs, you hear all this exciting stuff. Oh, that sounds awesome. This is going to be so easy. Well, it's not. It's not easy because everyone's looking for this. You get a newbie, it comes in there, and he does a race to the bottom. Now your item. It's not easy. But anyway, Mark and I, we know how to do it. Price isn't everything. Most of the stuff that we both sell, I'm not the lowest price on eBay. Sometimes some of my better items, I'm the second or third from the highest price on eBay for that item. But there are a lot of other tricks that I don't think even a lot of the dropshipping companies or training programs even go over. Some of them dabble, they kind of give you hints, but somehow they don't really do it. And I'll be honest, I've never been able, besides Mark, that's why Mark and I, besides Mark, he's one of the few people, him and I have gone back and forth and kind of built our ideas to make it all work. Mark and I are like the only ones I know of that are able to do all these little marketing tricks and make it just pop. I've tried some of the people I JV'd with or whatever, and it doesn't really seem to stick. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't work for them. So again, that's what we're doing. Mark and I are just, this is what we've been doing. I've been dropshipping for 3 years, but I've only gotten good at it the last year. So rather than you having to figure all this stuff out, and rather than me making 150 videos and jamming it down people's throat, say, figure this out, here's another paradigm shifter, watch this video. Instead, we're just going to do that part. We're going to do what we're already good at, and we've been good at helping our friends and family. And then we'll make money, and then you guys will make money. You guys do what you're good at. And of course, this agreement goes over in writing. It kind of itemizes everything a little more specific than I'm going to go over now. But basically, in the beginning, you guys will be putting, you'll put the listings up, but we're going to give you everything: the title, the price, the source of the item. If there's coupon codes or trick or whatever tricks, we'll have to tell you that as well. How to get the price crazy cheap. Then obviously the customer service issue, the customer service emails. How eBay people are. Some of them are silly, but you deal with it. You deal with those people. Update the tracking number, and also you'll place the order when the item is sold. We have automated systems for some stuff, and then we also have virtual assistants. Most of them are down there with Mark in Nicaragua, who are awesome. Some of them are, when it comes to customer service, if you wanted later to outsource even some of your job, the customer service and all that, we haven't gone into details yet, but there's even ways to do that. So in theory, once we get the account rolling, you wouldn't even have to do that. Customer service emails and stuff like that. We do that now for our accounts, but we haven't gotten into how we can do it with our JV partners, and it does require training. But anyway, they are better at customer service than I am, I swear. And I've been doing online retail and sales for years, and they don't get angry, and they're so nice, like a Sears rep or something. And that's about it. Now, the way it works out is basically Mark and I, we already run, I think right now I'm running 5 accounts. I own 2, and then I have JVs with other people. Mark, I think, is about the same. He was up to 7 or 8 accounts at one point. But I think he's down to 5 now. Basically, for us to build another account for someone, it's going to take a week, maybe 2 weeks for it to start making money. It might generate $300, $500 a week in profit by week 1 or week 2. I've seen some in week 1, some in week 2. It really depends on your account and some other factors. Like, for instance, today's Thursday, Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Black Friday. If we would have put up all your listings, let's say even 25 listings last Sunday, this week you probably would have hit $700, maybe even $800 profit your account. Granted, if we were to start someone's account the first week of January or even the second week of January, those are brutal weeks. Last year I took those 2 weeks off. I put a vacation mode on my eBay accounts, and I literally took the 2 weeks off. They were so slow after Christmas, especially if we started then, which we wouldn't. But if someone was silly enough, we might only make you $75 that week profit. So it does vary according to season and some other stuff. But so it does take a while. The thing is, so now we have to dedicate our resources, our VA, plus our own marketing experience and time into opening and creating a new account. It's going to take a week or 2 to make any money on that, to get it rolling. Now, when we're doing that, keep in mind, Mark and I are not building our current businesses. We're actually, and it sounds bad, but we're neglecting our other accounts that are running. We're not building those. Instead, we're going to build this one. Now, if we were to build our successful accounts already, I'd have to do the math, but I bet that we would increase our income by at least $100 to $300 directly, 100% into our pockets for each account that we built. So we're kind of losing a little bit of money when we dedicate our time to a new account. But the hopes is eventually it'll grow and it'll help everybody. But with that being said, so we've set up here, is a commitment of $1,000 to get started with this joint venture. So one, Mark and I aren't losing all our money by neglecting our other successful accounts to build a new one. So it compensates us for there. But also, I think, even more importantly, is to show a level of commitment. I've worked with people, even family members. I still love my cousin. We all got one, right? Who's broke, who says they're money hungry, but just doesn't have the time or commitment. That's why you're not supposed to work with family. But without a commitment, we could easily dedicate time and sacrifice money, and then someone is not committed, is not going to give back. And I've seen it with my one family member. It fell apart. It was very frustrating. I'm almost over it. But yeah, she's still broke, by the way. So basically, it also shows a commitment. Now, the cool thing is, unlike other programs out there, you're not investing $1,000 of your money. What you're doing is you're showing a commitment of $1,000, and then you actually get that money back. It depends on the schedule, but it could be 3 weeks, 6 weeks. You basically get the $1,000 back as the profit rolls in. Typically, we're about a 50-50 split for our JV partners. So if we take a net profit of $1,000, we both make $500 each. Freedom First Academy makes $1,000, and then you, as the account holder, make $1,000. However, in the beginning, since we accepted the $1,000 commitment, you get that. So if you made the first, let's say, month, the account made $2,000 net profit. Typically, you would owe Freedom First $1,000, and you keep $1,000. But the first $1,000, we pay you back. So it's more like, again, it's a deposit almost, and you get the money right back. So the first month, if your account only made $2,000, then Freedom First doesn't even get paid on that $2,000 profit. That's the one example. Then after that, it would go back to normal. So it's really just for commitment and make sure that Mark and I get paid for our time. This video went a little bit longer than I wanted, and I think my coffee made me speak a little bit faster than I wanted, but I love coffee. But I just wanted to get something out there. We already have kind of have a waiting list already. We're trying to figure out, but I don't think we'll have more than 10 to 20 joint ventures that we can take in over the next 6 months. So if you're watching this video, you're probably already one of those people. We're not trying to make a lot of programs out there that I've been a part of. They're great. I got nothing bad to say about them. But we're not looking for 1,000, 10,000, 50,000 members, and we charge them $10 a month. And we're not into that. We really want to do joint ventures. We want everyone to grow together, profit together. And also, I'm just amazed how much more money that my accounts make now that I have partners. I don't have to do all the work. Even with a VA, a virtual assistant, all the burden was still on me. All the responsibilities on me, and I have to micromanage the VA. So in some ways, even though I didn't do all the tasks, all the stress was still on me. Now that I've joint ventured all but one of my accounts, I'm like, I don't know, I feel so much more successful, to be honest. I am making a little bit more money, but it's not even that. My stress level and how much, working as a team and all that synergy is just so much more fulfilling than some stressful day. Even if you make $500 a day, if you get yelled at by 7 customers and it's just you dealing with it, I don't know, somehow that bothers me more. When I can joke around with my partner, my JV partner, and we make light of it, all of a sudden it seems just to wash away. And it's just kind of weird. It diversifies and separates the workload, and I swear the stress too. Somehow it just removes a lot of the stress. It's kind of weird. I can't explain it. But I guess that's it. It's Thanksgiving Day. I need to stop working and go eat some turkey. But hopefully you guys had a great year. It's almost over, and you have tons of things to be grateful for. 2015 is going to be amazing. All right, this is Joe. I'll talk to you guys later.